Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nah, come on, y'all can do better than that. It's sunny outside. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. There we go. Welcome to Bronzeville. My name is Cliff Rome. I am the proprietor of Rome's Joy Companies. Welcome to the Parkway Ballroom, Parkway Social. This is a facility. I'll tell you a quick story. This is a facility that has so much history and culture as it relates to black folks, especially and particularly when people moved from the South, they came north. Most of us in Chicago like to think it was always Chicago, but sometimes there's an argument with Harlem that they landed in Harlem too, but we'll take all the credit. In 1920s, Bronzeville became this historic mecca as it relates to African American folks. Because we couldn't go downtown, we had to make this community thrive. So between teachers, doctors, and lawyers, and candlestick makers, and everything in between, this community was thriving. The goal for entrepreneurs, the goal for businesses in this community is to continue that legacy. Through programs like NOF, it gives us the ability to be able to do that as small business owners. It's a big space, but we're still a small business. The idea is that we're reinvesting into community. And for us, initially, we run a food service company. It's exactly how we started our business. Through that catering company, it's afforded us an opportunity to create spaces. This space, the courtyard right next door, the art gallery right next to that, Peaches on 47. If you have not been, we need, want, and gotta have your support. Rome's Joy Catering. The idea is not only to help folks who live in the community become viable partners in the community, but what you're doing is a reflection. So as a dishwasher starts with us and has an opportunity to see our businesses and us grow, then they now have hope and potential to see what possibilities really look like. I always say, and it's something that I've taken from one of my mentors, a lot of times in small business, you just need a long enough runway to fail. That just means that you need opportunity to sometimes the impenetrable. Most times it's finance. The other time is mentorship. But without programs and people to support those programs, you don't have it. So we are recipients of the NOF grant. What you see here is a product of that. What you see here is a potential to the businesses that are about to receive this award, what they can be. We are community. Not just South Side of Chicago, but this is Chicago. And through these partnerships and relationships, these are the results. Thank you very much. I'd like to turn it over to Alderman Pat Dowell.
Thank you so much, Cliff. This space is so inviting. I am so glad to see the investment that you've made in here. It's like my living room, but not quite. This is much warmer. But I just want to congratulate you on the changes that have been made in the Parkway Ballroom, and to know that this is a space that people need to make sure that they support and come to, and there's more to this than just this. He's got space in the back, he's got a kitchen, anything you want, you can do it here. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
What a great crowd. I am Pat Dowell. I'm the 3rd Ward Alderman here, and I want to welcome you, as Cliff has already done, to the historic Bronzeville community. You know, they call Bronzeville, or we call Bronzeville, a community of innovation, and we are so glad to be able to host this event in this ward, because you guys out here represent innovation as well, and we wanted to just congratulate you all. Today's projects, and I looked through the list, I don't get a chance to find out ahead of time, Commissioner Boatwright, who's on that list, but as I looked through the list, I'm just playing. But as I looked through the list, I mean, there are so many innovative, excellent, very powerful projects. And I just want to thank Mayor Brandon Johnson and Commissioner Boatwright for their vision and for their commitment, their willingness to make these kinds of strategic investments in neighborhoods that need them, so that we can add value to the people that live in our community, provide jobs, provide other opportunities for people. And so I congratulate all of the grant finalists this morning and look forward to hearing more about your projects and at some point visiting them across the city. Thank you so much. And with that, I want to welcome the man with a vision, who cares about each and every community in the city of Chicago, who always talks about Chicago as the best freaking city or frickin' city in the nation. Our wonderful mayor, Mayor Brandon Johnson. Oh. Well,
I know it's a huge letdown. It's just me. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys? Thank you, Chairwoman Dow, for your leadership and your support and for your tireless advocacy for better, stronger communities. And thank you to Chef Rome for hosting us in this beautifully curated space and for the work that you're doing to support young people, the hospitality sector, and just what you're doing to build community. Thank you. And so I want to acknowledge our staff, Ethan Lassiter, who has worked in partnership with Tim Jeffries of the DPD team to make today possible. So would like to give them a round of applause. But why we're here today is to congratulate and to celebrate all of the amazing finalists that are joined with us here today. I stand here exceptionally proud of each and every one of you for your commitment, for your resilience, for your perseverance. Each of you represents the best of who we are as Chicagoans, and we are enthused to partner with each of you as we build our neighborhoods together. Collectively, we have the opportunity through these investments and our partnerships to strengthen our business corridors, create job opportunities, career pathways that will leave an indelible mark on our residents, on our neighborhoods, and on our city for generations. And this vision would not be possible without Mayor Johnson's Housing and Economic Development Bond. For those of you who don't know, I'd like to know where you've been for the past couple of months. But we have a $1.25 billion housing and economic development bond that was recently passed to provide $250 million annually for 5 years to fund affordable housing and economic development initiatives. Many of the projects that we'll see here today are examples of what you'll see that will be investments on our west and our south sides. And the Johnson administration is willing to go further. We've committed to ensuring that all of our partners have the necessary tools to effectively invest equitably across our entire city. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Chairwoman Dow, whose leadership to get us to this unprecedented place and shepherding the policy was absolutely amazing. And I just want to acknowledge her leadership and her. We would not have been able to do it without her. And because of these efforts, we are celebrating the first 2 projects that would not be funded without this economic development bond. One of those projects is the Wood Street Farm expansion planned by Growing Home in West Englewood that we'll hear more about today. Englewood representing, but we have some West Side ones too. So Growing Home will use $5 million in bond proceeds to create a USDA certified produce processing facility for the nonprofits organization Adjacent Farm Operations. This 20,076,000 square foot project includes a retail store, a cafe, a teaching and commercial kitchen, and community classrooms. This project will create jobs and double the capacity of Growing Home's workforce development program to 160 people. And so this project exemplifies the type of equitable development that we've been talking about, what the mayor believes in. Growing Home will feed people, nourish the community, provide jobs and learning opportunities, and expand resources and opportunities that will have lasting impact in the Englewood community. and surely this is going to be a model for other cities. And now I'm pleased to welcome our mayor, my mayor, your mayor, Mayor Brandon Johnson, to speak more about his collaborative vision for the Community Development Grants Program. Mayor.
Well, good afternoon, Southside. Good afternoon, Chicago. Hey, what an exciting time to be alive. And, you know, what better way to celebrate these type of investments as we prepare to celebrate our liberation. You know, a proclamation was made and that news got to too many of us too late. And there are some of us who are now descendants of those recipients of that news who still need the good news of our liberation. And it did not just simply start with a telegram. It really has to make sure that it's completed by making sure that we make critical investments into our people. And that's what this administration, my administration, is all about. Investing in our people and making sure that those who have been placed and stuffed in margins can be free. And the work that is being led by people like Chef Rome, first of all, I think this place does a little bit more than a living room. I want to renew my vows here. This is beautiful. As soon as I get in the vehicle, I'm gonna text my wife and I'm gonna find something romantic for her to do right here in Bronzeville. But I want all y'all out. I want privacy. But thank you, Chef Rome, and to the Chairwoman Dow. You know, I can't express how grateful I am to have a partner in City Council who had the capacity and the brilliance to shepherd this housing and economic development bond through the Finance Committee. We would not be here with these investments without Chairwoman Dow. And to our Deputy Mayor, just to create some balance, because I had to have another West Sider on the stage with me. Thank you to our Deputy Mayor, Kenya Merritt, for your leadership in making the bond a reality. And of course, you're going to hear from our DPD Commissioner, Sierra Boatwright, in just a moment. But thank you, Sierra, and for stepping in. And within the first week or day or two on the job, you were moving forward, preparing for these type of investments, and really to your entire staff. But the grant awardees, thank you for loving Chicago, to take your creativity and your willingness to share it with the rest of the world. You are truly what I refer to as the soul of who we are, the soul of Chicago, all of you as recipients, and everyone who's been involved in your life to get you to this point. You know, today is truly a great day for the city of Chicago. And I could not be more proud to be here to announce the summer of 2024 Community Development Grants. The Community Development Grant Program was born out of the city's post-pandemic investment strategy called the Chicago Recovery Plan. So far, $100 million has been committed to the Community Development Grant Program from the city to support small businesses and ultimately to create opportunities in all of our neighborhoods. We are making great strides to invest in our people. We're making strides to continue to uplift our communities, particularly those who have been historically left behind. And when we award community development grants, the funding usually comes from the Chicago Recovery Plan program. But as been expressed, we are excited about this particular round of grant awards because 2 of the 10 projects that we are announcing today will be funded by the newly created Housing and Economic Development Bond. And with the layers of community engagement and collaboration, in April, my administration passed the Housing and Economic Development Bond, creating a flexible and consistent and equitable funding source for community development. And these 2 projects being supported by the bond today is really just the beginning. So there's reason to be excited because over the next 5 years, we will continue to use these bonds. And we will use these bonds proceeds in the Black and brown neighborhoods where it will resonate the most. And it will ultimately lead towards transformation in our neighborhoods. The first project received funding from this new bond was announced on Monday. Now, I don't want anyone to think that I did this just simply because of the region in which I happen to reside on. However, I attended a groundbreaking at the Austin Community Health Hub, soon to be renamed the Austin Hope Center, which will be a healing and welcoming center for young people and families who seek care, community services, and of course, just resources to make their lives better. The space will answer a need for an improved desire for healthcare access on the West Side. And we are proud to award this project with $5 million in funding. $5 million in funding. The second project being funded by the bond is the Growing Home Urban Farm expansion, as Deputy Mayor Merritt has already described. As you'll hear from the Executive Director in just a moment, this investment can stand as a national model for urban agriculture. And considering the history of those who have made this nation what it is today, it is about time that people finally recognize that we are the standard and we are the model. And this project will create an estimated 24 new jobs with the company, as well as the construction and development jobs that will be needed to build a new state-of-the-art processing facility, a retail store, commercial kitchen, and so much more. Each and every one of these 10 community development projects that we are celebrating today will create more jobs and opportunities for Chicagoans while adding to the culture and vibrancy of our neighborhoods. Now, finally, with grants ranging from nearly $500,000 to $5 million, we will build and restore cultural facilities, restaurants, snack shops, and so much more. In a moment, you will also hear again about the rest of the projects from our DPD Commissioner Boatwright. Together, these projects represent real change that residents can see, real change that when you walk, you can feel the difference as you walk block by block in the neighborhoods. As you gather your neighbors in community spaces, you will be able to touch and physically experience the investments that I promised to make. And this is how we begin to ultimately create a better, stronger, and a much safer Chicago. Congratulations to all of the finalists who are here today. And I cannot wait to see the newly created, rehabbed, and expanded spaces that will ultimately strengthen our city. And so thank you all again. God bless you all. And God bless the greatest freaking city in the world, the city of Chicago. And so with that, you got to do much better than that. Please welcome the Executive Director of Growing Home, Janelle St. John.
Thank you. So who told me to write notes that I never follow? Okay. I want to say thank you to Mayor Johnson. I say Sierra, but I should be professional. Commissioner Boatwright. Y'all don't know, Chef Rome, not just from here. He hosts our annual Urban Ag Crawl in Inglewood. So we're all connected. Thank you, Chef Rome. Shameless plug is September 8th upcoming. So come out and eat some amazing produce grown organically right here in our community on the South Side in Inglewood. So sourcing food locally seems like a new concept, right? Urban ag seems like a new concept. But you want to get something? We've been doing it in Inglewood since 2006. It is not new. Growing on concrete is not a new concept. Do you know in Inglewood, we have the only USDA certified organic farm in Chicago and the surrounding area? Do you know in Inglewood, we grow over 30,000 pounds of organic food and herbs? In Inglewood, 59th and Wood to be exact, 59th and Ornery, we host our market. And let me tell you where the idea came from. It came from within Inglewood. This became part of our 2006 Quality of Life Plan, 2005. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes people think we don't know the solution to our own problems. All we're looking for is investment in our dreams, so that we can solve our problem. COVID taught all of you that your communities too can become food insecure. The sad thing in Inglewood, that wasn't new to us. But we're happy that everyone can see how fragile this system is. when your food got to travel 50,000 miles. We are proud of what we do in Inglewood. We also sell at Green City Market and Hyde Park Market, but you got to pay a regular price. In Inglewood, we sell 50% off. If you have Link, you get an additional 50% off. 50 homes receive food boxes at no cost to them. Guess what? Because we grow our food and we control the price. We're not just looking for charity, we're building a social enterprise. And we do that through our paid job training program. I don't know about you, but gardening is therapeutic to me. So many find being in our program therapeutic. They get to learn to grow their own food. They get evidence-based programming. And you might say, what does IT have to do with this? Yeah, we launched an IT program. We're certified CompTIA and Google trained. Why is that? Because some people don't want to wear a suit and walk into a building. Some people want to come as they are and get the help that they need. And that's what Growing Home offers to our community. So again, look to the dreams and the solutions within the community. Look to support those, not necessarily the ones who come from outside and resell our own ideas to us, which does happen, right? I know they got me here up in here. I don't know. It's our Juneteenth celebration today, so maybe I'm in my feelings. Okay. So I want to say thank you to the Growing Home staff who worked diligently to make this process happen, to our board, our associate board, but most I want to thank our Inglewood partners, because I'm not alone. Teamwork Inglewood, Grow Greater Inglewood, Imagine Inglewood If, and many others. Thanks to my Urban Ag partners, Urban Growers Collective, who is co-hosting the Urban Ag Crawl on September 8th, who started this dream way before this moment. Thank my Inglewood residents who continue to show up and show out, and they're not afraid to call you out when you're about, okay? They keep me on my toes, they keep me honest, and they keep me accountable. So on behalf of all of us in Inglewood and Growing Home, thank you for this investment that is just one of many. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. And congratulations again to Growing Home for its ongoing expansion and commitment to Greater Inglewood. I'm Deputy Commissioner Sierra Boatwright, and it's my pleasure to announce the remaining 9 finalists to receive community development grants today. They were all selected from an application period that closed in February with approximately 150 grant proposals. Each project was evaluated for its financial need, its location, its neighborhood impact, development team diversity and experience, and overall project readiness. When I announce each project name, I'd like the development team to stand up and enjoy your accolades as neighborhood visionaries. I'll start with a project that's joining Growing Home as one of the first recipients of the new Housing and Economic Development Bond that Mayor Johnson secured this spring. They were mentioned earlier by our mayor in the program, but we'll congratulate them again and have them stand. It's Austin Community Health Hub, planned by Stone Community Development Corp. and Lurie's Children's Hospital in Austin. Please stand. This project will use $5 million in bond proceeds for a new building on Chicago Avenue that provides physical and behavioral health care services and community responsive health education. It's a $15.75 million project. It's 22,000 square feet and will also include a community gathering space and a cafe with outdoor seating. It will create an estimated 27 full-time jobs and service thousands of patients each year. Congratulations and thank you. The next 8 projects are receiving community development grants that leverage traditional funding sources like TIF, the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund, and Chicago Recovery Plan proceeds. The grants will help pay for construction and rehab costs, site preparation expenses, as well as architectural, engineering, and other soft costs. Collectively, the projects help create a variety of wellness resources, quality of life amenities that all Chicagoans expect and deserve, especially in underinvested West and South Side neighborhoods. Are you all ready? Yeah. All right. We're going to start in North Lawndale with 3 projects that are receiving financial support from the Staines Family Foundation, which is doing amazing philanthropic work throughout the community. We're delighted to support their efforts with community development grants. The first project is in the amazing Alderwoman Scott's ward, who's sitting right here. Please Stand, Black and Brown Market, planned by Christine Griffiths. Christine is the founder and CEO of Brown Girl Project. This project will use $1.15 million in grants to rehabilitate a 2-story building into retail and co-working space. It's a $4.65 million project involving 14,300 square feet of space, including a cafe, a lounge, a beauty studio, and a green roof. Look for it to open on Roosevelt and Pulaski early next year. Congratulations, Christine. Our next finalist is just across Roosevelt in North Lawndale. It's Ida's Artisan Ice Cream and Treats. Ida's planned by company founder Ida Nelson. The project will use a $513,000 grant to rehabilitate the vacant ground floor of a 3-story building as an ice cream parlor. It includes about $2 million in interior and exterior improvements that are expected to be completed in early 2025. Congratulations, Ida. The next project rounds out our trio of grant finalists in North Lawndale. It's What a Jerk Restaurant. What a Jerk Restaurant is planned by company founder Thomas Brewer. The project will use a $724,000 grant to redevelop the first floor of a 3-story building as a brick-and-mortar location for a Caribbean restaurant. It's a $2.8 million total investment that's expected to open at 16th and Costner early next year. Congratulations. I'm sorry, and Kedzie, my apologies. 16th. I apologize. 16th and Kedzie, thank you, early next year. Congratulations and thank you to the Staines Foundation for your commitment to the West Side. All right, let's move on to our first South Side finalist, which is in Washington Park. Are we ready? Yeah. All right. Excess Tennis Food Court, planned by the Excess Tennis. Excess Tennis Food Court is planned by the Excess Tennis and Education Foundation. The project will use a $1.3 million grant to construct an addition that provides food and beverage services for Excess Tennis athletes, visitors, and other guests. It's a $2.6 million project on South State Street that could open as early as this summer. Congratulations to Kamal and his team. The next project is also in Washington Park and also on South State Street. It's Evelyn's Food Love. Evelyn's Food Love is planned by owner and chef Evelyn Shelton. This project will use a $483,000 grant to renovate an existing soul food restaurant and add a rooftop deck. The first customers can expect to be served as early as this summer. So let's hear it for their project team. Now, let's move to the northwest side for our next project. It's Lucy Gonzalez Parsons' apartment on Emmett Street. Please stand. This is a $1.2 million Bickerdike Redevelopment Corp. project that will use a $620,000 grant to support improvements for a pair of ground floor retail tenants. One is City Lit Books, which is relocating from its current spot in the neighborhood to this project. And the other is Ann Monday Coffee, which is creating a permanent shop within the building. Congratulations to the project team. Now let's move to the north side for our remaining finalists. They're both in Uptown. The first is Double Door Theater, planned by Double Door Development. Double Door Theater is planned by Double Door Development, LLC. This project will use a $5 million grant to restore the 115-year-old Wilson Avenue Theater as a contemporary music venue. It's a $10.35 million project that will also host an after-school music program in partnership with Uplift High School, the People's Music School, and the Black Ensemble Theater. Look for the first performance dates by the end of 2024. Congratulations. 2025, my notes are off today. I mean, if you could be more aggressive, 2025, that's soon. Congratulations to the Double Door team. And now, for our final grant recipient, it's the Uptown Food Exchange, planned by Thailand Food Corp. This project will use a $1.9 million grant to restore a two-story building on Broadway as a Pan-Asian food market. It's a $4 million project that will renovate 8,600 square feet of space that's located between the Asia on Argyle corridor and the Uptown Entertainment District. Look forward to a grand opening next summer? Next summer, yes. Let's hear it for all of the grant recipients that came out for their awards today. You all are all essential to the city's neighborhood redevelopment goals, and staff will be with you every single step of the way as you complete these pivotal projects in our neighborhoods. Before I close, I want to thank my incredible team at DPD who focuses on a lot of our grant application reviews and funding disbursements, led by Tim Jeffries. So huge shout out to my team for their passion, their commitment, their hard work, and most importantly, their commitment to equitable development throughout our city. I'd like to invite Deputy Mayor Merritt back to the podium for some final thoughts. Thank you all and congratulations.
Thanks so much, Commissioner, and thank you for all of your hard work. And another round of applause for all of our grantees. And so before we have all of our grantees come to the stage for photos, I'd like to thank our philanthropic partners that are here. I believe we have folks from the Steens Foundation, Pritzker Traubert Foundation, that are coming alongside us, helping to support and finance these projects, as well as others that are from financial institutions that are in the room. And our business service organization partners that help these businesses do their applications and provide support once they're open to make sure that they stay open. So a great big thank you to all of you as well. And finally, thank you to our elected officials that are here, Alderwoman Scott, again, as well as Chairwoman Dow. Thank you all so much for your partnership. And Representative Nichols, who's also here. And finally, my boss, Chief Operating Officer John Robertson, who's also here, keeping us on task. And so with that, all of the grantees, if we could quickly come to the stage for a photo. Thank you all.